Ever ruined a perfectly good meal with the wrong wine? Let me save you from making the same mistakes I did. 100 of them. Welcome to Toast to Wine, where we transform wine novices into confident wine enthusiasts. Subscribe now to join the journey with us. Today, I'm diving deep into 100 wine pairing mistakes I made, sharing the lessons I learned and showing you how to nail your next pairing every time. But before we get started, I have a special bonus for you. My top 3 wine and food pairings that always impress no matter the occasion. Stick around and I'll reveal these game changers to you. Now, let's uncork some wisdom and get started. Lesson number 1 I learned from my 100 pairing mistakes. The myths that lead to mistakes. We've all heard the classic wine pairing rules. Red wine with red meat. White wine with white meat. Or Chardonnay goes with anything. But here's the truth. Wine pairing isn't that black and white. For example, a bold Cabernet Sauvignon can overpower a delicate filet mignon, while a light Pinot Noir might actually enhance its flavors. Question for you. What's the most confusing wine pairing advice you've ever heard? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to bust that myth for you. Lesson number 2 that I learned from my 100 pairing mistakes. The trap of expert syndrome. Early on, I made the mistake of relying solely on so-called wine experts. Don't get me wrong, expert advice has its place, but taste is subjective. What worked for them didn't always work for me. A good example is the time I paired a dry Sauvignon Blanc with a rich lobster bisque because an expert recommended it. It clashed horribly. The wine's acidity cut through the creaminess in all the wrong ways. Lesson learned, trust your palate and don't be afraid to challenge the rules. Lesson number 3 that I learned from my 100 pairing mistakes. Why wine pairing is an art, not a science. Pairing wine with food is about creativity and experimentation, not rigid formulas. It's like painting a picture. The food is your canvas, and the wine adds depth and texture. For instance, one of my early disasters was pairing a sweet Riesling with spicy Thai curry. The sweetness made the dish unbearably cloying. Later, I found that an off-dry Gewürztraminer complemented the heat beautifully with just the right amount of sweetness and spice. Question for you. What's the boldest pairing you've ever tried? Was it a hit or a miss? Let us know in the comments. Lesson number 4 that I learned from my 100 pairing mistakes. Understanding lessons from my most memorable mistakes. Here are 2 lessons that transformed my wine pairing approach. Number 1, focus on the food. The food should always take the lead. Think about the dominant flavors, savory, sweet, spicy, or umami, and choose a wine to complement or contrast them. For example, a rich, buttery Chardonnay can elevate a creamy pasta dish, while a zesty Sauvignon Blanc cuts through the fat in fried chicken. Number 2, balance is everything. Pair wines based on their acidity, sweetness, tannins, and body. Once, I paired a highly tannic Malbec with a fatty ribeye steak, and the tannins beautifully balanced the richness of the meat. Here's a bonus tip. If you're ever unsure about a pairing, sparkling wine is your best friend. Its acidity and bubbles make it incredibly versatile with food. Lesson number 5 that I learned from my 100 pairing mistakes. My most surprising insight. Here's the game changer that revolutionized my pairings. It's not about the wine. It's about the food. Start by understanding the dish, then choose a wine that complements its flavors and textures. For example, a tangy goat cheese salad shines with a crisp Sauvignon Blanc, or a chocolate lava cake sings with a ruby port. When you flip the script and focus on the food, everything falls into place. The bonus. My top 3 foolproof pairings. Now, as promised, here are my top 3 pairings that always impress. Grilled salmon and Pinot Noir. The earthy notes of Pinot Noir complement the smoky richness of salmon. Spaghetti, carbonara, and Chardonnay. A buttery Chardonnay enhances the creamy, cheesy goodness of carbonara. dark chocolate and Syrah. The bold, fruity flavors of Syrah pair perfectly with bittersweet chocolate. Wine pairing isn't about perfection. It's about exploration, creativity, and finding what works for you. I've made 100 mistakes, so you don't have to. Final question for you. What's a wine pairing mistake you've made? Or a pairing you're proud of? Share it in the comments and let's learn from each other. Click on one of these videos now to continue your wine and food journey. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, leave a comment below. Until next time, may your adventures be as rich and diverse as the wines and food you discover. Toast to wine.